Hi, everybody. I'm Beth K. Freeman. This is my email address, bethscribble@aol.com. You're welcome to email me. I do publications. My own is called Beth's Newfangled Family Tree, and this is how you get it absolutely free. And it is https://electricscotland.com/B for Beth's, N for Newfangled, F for Family, and T for Tree. It's all you have to do. Free, free, free. Today we're going to talk about heraldry in Scotland. All heraldry in Scotland is controlled by the Court of the Lord Lion, King of Arms, commonly known as Lion Court, and it's spelled Lyon, and it's located at the New Register House in Edinburgh. The origins of the Lion Court are literally lost in the mists of time as the office of the Lord Lion brings into itself and incorporates that of the royal syndic or bard, whose duty it was to proclaim the lineage and deeds of the ancestors of the king. From this Celtic start, the position has developed into a judicial one, with the Lord Lion sitting as a judge on armorial matters. Older medieval heraldry in Scotland is extensive but poorly documented, which is hardly surprising given the course of Scottish history. Certainly it can be shown that heraldry existed by the last quarter of the 12th century, but records of heraldry from that time, before the War of Independence, went south with the King Edward and were like as not lost, whilst early records appear to have been treated very much as the personal property of the heralds and have also thus been lost. Better evidence exists from slightly later periods, and this shows that the arms of most of the great families of Scotland, and some which were not so great, had certainly settled down by the 14th century, as can be seen from surviving armorial rolls which show Scottish heraldry. Modern Scots heraldry can be said to have started about 1672, but in 1672 a law was passed by the Scots Parliament which set up the public register of all armorial bearings of Scotland, and which is now usually called the Lion Register. The idea behind this register was to enable the Lord Lion to more effectively administer heraldic laws by ensuring that there was a central record independent of the person of the office holder. Unless a coat of arms is registered at the Court of the Lord Lion, it has no legal standing in Scotland. In order to persuade people to record the arms which they'd been using, registration was free till 1677. And in the first volume are recorded many well-known Scottish coats of arms. Since 1677, fees must be paid in order to register arms in the Lion Register. As the Lion Register is a public register, it is perfectly possible for anyone to inspect it in the same manner by which someone inspects a register of births, marriages, or deaths. You simply go to the Lion office, pay the fee, and the appropriate entry will be produced. However, unless the exact details of the grant are given, it's cheaper to consult Balfour Paul's Ordinary and its supplement, which lists arms granted from 1672 to 1973. If you are Scots or of Scots descent, the answer to "What are my arms?" is that unless you can prove that you are heir to a properly matriculated Scots coat of arms, you have no arms whatsoever until you matriculate a set at the Lion Court in Edinburgh. If you use the arms of someone else, then you are usurping arms. If you make up your own arms, then you are using bogus arms. In both cases, you are committing an offense and may be charged and tried at Lion Court, which is an active court of law. This makes Scottish heraldry one of the most tightly controlled in the world, as it is one of the few countries where heraldry is protected by law, and that law is still actively enforced. Even if you are the direct heir, it is considered proper to rematriculate every few generations in order that your due title to the arms is kept up to date. The legal position is quite simple. Arms belong to the person who records them and the heirs of that person according to the limitations of the grant. However, whereas in England the right to a coat of arms passes to all male descendants of the grantee, in Scotland a coat of arms is considered to be heritable property and thus can only belong to one person at a time. This means that the younger sons of a grantee have no direct right to inherit the arms until elder branches of the family have died out. All younger sons must rematriculate the arms with a difference in order to possess legal arms. This means, of course, that all people who offer to sell you your coat of arms or your family's coat of arms are wrong. If you're lucky, you might get a cheaply produced version of the arms of your chief, but there is every chance that the arms will simply be those of the first person of your surname that these folks that are selling it can find. Now, there's a perfectly acceptable for those of Scots descent who do not have their own coat of arms to have some heraldic display. This is the wearing of the crest from the full coat of arms of your chief, in the form of a badge surrounded by a belt and buckle, and it also contains the motto of a chief. And that's enough about heraldic things for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Come again next week, please. Bye.